Hello and welcome back. Coach Bill Sports Show. If it's your first time with us, we do college football, pro football, fantasy football, NCAA football 14 until the new NCAA comes out. And still working on trying to break down some plays for you. Got some new technology coming in for us that should help us out with that. So let's huddle up and let's get into today's episode. All right, so today's episode, league-winning players. These are people that I'm trying my hardest to draft in every league I can get them in. Obviously, it's not possible to draft all of them in every league. My league mates aren't that stupid to let me have all these, but these are the ones that I'm specifically targeting this season. So first things first, Cortland Sutton. Cortland Sutton got a gigantic upgrade at quarterback. And for me, he's a top 20 wide receiver that you can grab in the middle rounds. Since 2015, Russell Wilson has had a top 16 wideout every year. Let me pause, say it again. Russell Wilson has had a top 16 fantasy football wide receiver every year for the past 6 years. 6. This will be number 7. And my bet is Cortland Sutton. It's traditionally, for Russell, a bigger bodied wide receiver that is his top wide receiver. Because Russell Wilson likes to throw red zone touchdowns. Cortland Sutton led the Broncos in red zone touchdowns. And he's a big-bodied wide receiver. I think with the massive upgrade between Wilson and Locke, Sutton being big-bodied, it's just a no-brainer for me that Sutton's his guy this year, and I'm as many times as possible trying to draft Cortland Sutton. Another one I'm trying to draft a lot, Mike Williams. So, doing a little deeper dive on him. Through the first 5 games last year, prior to him tweaking his knee, Williams was ahead of Cooper Kupp for wide receiver 1. Yeah, Williams was wide receiver 1 through the first 5 games last year. When healthy, he averages 16 yards per catch and double-digit touchdowns. I'll take that. I'll take that all day. Especially since, let's see, where is he going? 4th round? 4th round? Yep. Thank you very much. Mike Williams, would love to have you. Especially young quarterback in Herbert. The offense had the 5th most pass attempts last season. And personally, I think he's better than Keenan Allen. And Keenan Allen's getting drafted ahead of him. The only difference is Keenan Allen didn't get hurt last year. Mike Williams did. Another one I'm higher on than a lot of other people is DJ Moore. Let's face it, DJ has not gotten a lot of respect. He's 3 seasons in a row, 1,200 yards, but 4 touchdowns. So I can see why there's been a lot of disrespect for DJ Moore. But let's be very clear. He has had subpar quarterbacks those 3 years. Baker Mayfield is not subpar. He's not a great quarterback, but he's average. And an average NFL quarterback with a talent like DJ Moore, I've got him at 1,512 receiving yards this season and 8 touchdowns. I'll take that. I'll definitely take that. Especially since I have league mates that are looking past DJ Moore because he's not a sexy pick. I'll be happy to take DJ. Absolutely happy. Another guy I'm happy to take, Khalil Herbert. I have been very reluctant to draft any Chicago players. But Herbert is the exception to that rule. Right now, he is going cheap. Currently being drafted in 12th round or later as a running back 5, running back 6 in some places. When Montgomery was sidelined last year, he was the 5th best running back in fantasy football. When Montgomery was hurt, Herbert was the 5th best running back in football. There's a new coaching staff in place. I'm hearing rumblings that Montgomery may be on his way out. New offensive coordinator that likes a zone read scheme. And Herbert excels in the zone read. All those reasons, Herbert's one of my late round stashes. And if you can snatch him up, thank me later. Thank me later, because he's going to be doing some things for you this year. Another guy that's going to be doing some things this year, Damien Pierce. I'll be the first one to tell you, when this rookie landed in Houston, I wrote him off. I definitely didn't think Damien Pierce was going to be able to come out like this. After watching some of the games, watching some of the practices, getting my hands on as much film as possible, Mac has shown nothing so far. Nothing. Burkhead is who he is. And he just really... Burkhead is showing his age more and more as the tape I watch. I don't think he's an immediate start for this league. He's a waiver wire pickup for me, or a very, very, last pick flyer for me. But I think after the 6th week bye they have, Damien Pierce is going to start doing some things. And it's going to be very, very interesting to see. He has the ability to be a 20-point-a-week running back in Houston, because there's not much else. And telling me I can pick that up off the waiver wire? Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Another one I'm excited to try to get my hands on. A little less excited now that Aaron came out and was praising a couple of his rookie wide receivers. But Allen Lazard, what Aaron Rodgers has shown us is he doesn't trust rookies. Maybe he's changing with some of his comments, but he prefers veterans from what he's shown us. And they had a massive amount of targets leave Green Bay this year. I think Allen Lazard is the beneficiary of it. He and Rodgers have a previous relationship because Lazard was with the team. In the final 5 weeks, he had 21 receptions, 290 yards, and 5 touchdowns. And he's 6'5", so he's going to get end zone work. Now, I understand they have a two-headed running back team that are phenomenal. They are phenomenal. But when it comes down to Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball in the end zone, a 6'5" target in Allen Lazard seems like a pretty safe bet. Something that seems like a little riskier of a bet, but I've been sold on this young man for a while now, is Jaylen Torbert. I saw this young man play in person when he was playing for South Alabama against Tennessee, and honestly, his offensive coordinator in college needs to be slapped because Tennessee had nothing they could do to stop him. They threw double coverage at him. They threw zone. They did everything they could against this kid, and he just kept beating them. And now he's landing it with the Cowboys, who, have a injured wide receiver too in Gallup. So he's going to get a little bit more run. He's a deep threat. He at 6'1", 194 pounds. He's a deep threat. He's quick. He's shifty, and even when Gallup comes back, I can see him moving into the slot. And the slot role has had a strong role in Dallas before, especially with Dak Prescott. Tolbert might be a late-round stash and steal, in my opinion. Another one that I think could win some people some leagues, especially in the 2-quarterback leagues, or those who are like me and wait to draft a quarterback. Grabbing this guy can definitely help. It's Jameis Winston. He's coming back from his foot, and he's looking good. He's currently taken as quarterback 23. That's pick number 162. Some leagues don't even go that far, so he's on your waiver wire. This is a riskier play. I'll be 100% with you. 100% clear. This is a riskier play. He's not going to be your quarterback one. He is a plug-and-play quarterback. But he could be a back-end quarterback one this year. With the amount of talent that's on this team, there's wild things that have happened. Let's not forget, everybody wants to talk about those 30 interceptions. And hey, I get it, 30 interceptions. But he also threw 5,000 yards that season. 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns. Yeah, he had 30 interceptions. I understand that. But 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns, we forget about that sometimes. He is a gunslinger. He and his offense is talented. Michael Thomas, he's back. He's got a little hamstring issue right now, but otherwise he's been looking healthy, looking good. They may just be saying hamstring so that he can rest up before season starts. Wouldn't put it past the Saints at all. They've got Olave, who is looking great. He's very crisp in his route running. A wonderful deep threat. They also picked up Jarvis Landry. Not a slouch as a wide receiver either. And they've got Kamara. We don't know when he's serving his suspension, but until we're told otherwise, they have Kamara. And that's a lot of talent to throw the ball to. Look, am I saying he's the safest quarterback top 10 in the league? No, not at all. But could he win you your league because you were able to stack other positions and you took a dart throw at 3 quarterbacks late and he was one of them? Yeah, he could. I could see a scenario where you pick up Winston, Carr, and Cousins, and you just play the matchup every week. Yeah, it sucks holding on to 3 quarterbacks, but the talent you have by waiting that long and the ability to play the matchup with those 3, you could knock out some teams. You could do some damage to some people. And maybe, just maybe, you come across one of these guys that ends up being a top 10 this year, top 12. You know? It happens every year. There's a quarterback that sneaks up on us. There's a wide receiver that sneaks up on us. There's a running back that sneaks up on us. Every year. Every year it happens. Why not Jameis? Why not this year? That's the show for us this evening. Please comment down below if you think I'm crazy on some of these guys. If there's a couple you think I missed, let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. Please like, subscribe to the channel. Everything that the fans do, everything that you do helps us here. The more we can do, the more we're putting back into this. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Ready, break.